Hello, viewers. Welcome back again, and thank you for subscribing to this channel. And we trust that you've been blessed, and you are being blessed, and that you will be blessed by this video talks from Manchester Prayer Line that you receive from time to time. Today, we'd like to talk about something very serious. Very serious. Suicide. And especially I like to talk about suicide alternative. And we know suicide is the intentional taking of one's life by any means. You agree with me that it's serious. The government is working hard all over the world to tackle suicide among people, young people, old people, male, female. But you can agree with me that nobody has ever got a grip of it. Some places they even outlaw it. But what can you do to someone who has taken his or her life? It's beyond the court, beyond judgment, beyond justice system. So this is why I say it is serious. You will agree with me that suicide is serious. But some of the reasons why I say it's serious is one, it is irreversible. Suicide as we know it is irreversible. Once you have done something and the life has snapped, it's not reversible at all. Secondly, it affects your loved ones negatively. It affects the people you care about. It affects everyone. And three, it does not solve any problem. It doesn't solve any problem. Rather, it seems to compound the problem. Imagine the problem somebody wants to solve with suicide. The problem still persists. Whether somebody say, I want to save my face, I want to save my loved one, I want to avoid bullying, it has not solved the problem. I don't think so. So what is the alternative? What is the alternative to suicide? Just one alternative. Live. Live. Seek help. Talk about it. You have more values when you are alive than when you are dead. Trust me. You may not know that you are someone's joy. You may not know that you are someone's hope. You may not know you are the encouragement in the life of your loved ones. Think of your loved ones. Think of a better future without that problem, where that problem no longer exists. Think of various helps that's available. Look around for somebody or something to live for. Your friends, your close allies, those who look up to you, even your pets. You might not know how much your pets are encouraged by seeing you around them all the time. Remember, your apology or suicide note that I am sorry I have to do this will never, never comfort your loved one. It will never, never, ever repair the breach. There are loads of helps available while you are still alive. Nobody even know whether death may be the worst thing, because you might not be able to control what may confront you at the other side of suicide. It's like somebody jumping into the deep blue sea. Do you know what you're going to encounter in there? Why don't you confront that thing that is making you to jump out of life? And we help here and there, I think you might be able to overcome. So, as soon as you notice suicide thoughts or ideas or depression or feelings of worthlessness or bullying, abuse, isolation, intimidation, assault, bereavement, relationship or family breakdown, lack of motivation, self-neglect, change in mood, feeling of hopelessness, or continuing suicide intent in yourself or even in someone else, talk to someone. Seek help. Seek help. Helps are available. We know that there are organizations, clubs, associations, schools, and faith houses also should do more to help people overcome suicide ideations. There are loads of resources, and there are a number of organizations like the National Institute of Health and Care Excellence, NICE, the World Health Organization, WHO. There's National Suicide Prevention Alliance, NSPA. There's another organization called Papyrus in the UK. That's the Alliance of Suicide Prevention Charities. There's the Campaign Against Living Miserably. There's also Zero Suicide Alliance. I know all of these are in the UK, but I'm sure there are similar organizations in other countries as well. Parents, teachers, health and social care workers, community leaders, and religious leaders should also do more to help identify and prevent suicide in people. Let me round this up by sharing the story of two people that committed suicide in the Bible. There was a man called Ahithophel. That may not be popular to people who don't read the Bible, but there is Judas Iscariot that almost everybody has heard about. Ahithophel's story is in the Old Testament, in 2 Samuel chapter 16, verse 23, 2 Samuel chapter 17, verse 23. But this man was a very wise man, a very wise counselor. He was a counselor to King David. He was a counselor to the king's son who became king by force, who's Absalom. But one time, he felt insulted when Absalom rejected his counsel and went to his home country to hang himself. What about Judas? In Matthew chapter 26, verse 3 to 5, he felt so bad after betraying Jesus. So, because he discovered that Jesus was actually innocent, so he became so sad, he became depressed that he went to hang himself. Just like any other suicide, none of these two suicides solved any problem. They only compounded the sorrow of their loved ones. Maybe it would have ended well if both of them had sought help. Please share this video as it may help someone that you know or you don't know. You can also send your questions, your concern, and prayer requests to Manchester Prayer Line 2019 at gmail.com. Let's work together to identify and prevent suicide. Thank you very much for your time. God bless you. Bye.